I am an agnostic person, so you can imagine that I believe in God, but I also don't think that there is God because I can see it. And from my God believing side, I believe that believing in God is great, but believing in Godmen or some kind of Baba, some kind of priest, it just doesn't make sense anymore in the present days. Major of these Godmen, they are just so manipulating. They are one of the worst manipulators that can destroy your life. Some come as if in a form of cult where they say that they are some kind of incarnation of God, and then they make people do every wrong work by saying that it will bring them to heaven. And then there are people who says that he is a servant of God, he has come there to help people. Yeah, I'm not saying that there are no saints, there are many good saints who actually do selfless works every day, but we have to understand large number of these godmen, they are to just cheat you, make money from you, make you manipulate just for the sake that the feeling that they can control and manipulate others. And many people like it, the strength of power, the feel of that immense power that you have over others. It is a very strong force. It can sometime even improve your testosterone levels also. This type of people have been around throughout history. Now, from my personal story and personal theory, one of the reason that kind of made my health bad was following too much religious beliefs, especially religious beliefs that I believe were very real to follow. I used to particularly follow this godman who used to talk in English, who would say very English words, scientific words, and it would feel like so good to hear. Wow, this person knows stuff. This person blends science with spirituality. Damn good. What a person. I don't know how can some people say bad about this person. And I would actually follow many of the things that that person used to say. Of course, I have never met that person. In YouTube only I would hear them what they used to tell. I would think, wow, this person is a good person, so I should listen. Maybe it can help me, it can make me a better person. And I followed that, and I was young. And eventually in the long term, those following those type of practices helped me get my life get worse. Yes, you heard it right. My life got worse, my health got worse. One of the tactics many of these godmen or cults that they have is telling their people that you should meditate more and sleep less. Your sleep quantity will doesn't matter if you even sleeps for 4 hours. If it's of a great quality of sleep, then that what matters. If you sleeps for 4 hours, then that sleep should be quality sleep. This is the most absolute bullshit that a godman can ever say. Whenever a person says that, you should remember in mind that they are just saying bullshit. That's the ultimate bullshit that any religious person can say. Even if you do 2 hours of meditation and think that just sleeping 4 hours can help you, that's not a right thing. You should always sleep minimum 7 to 8 hours a day. And if still do 2 hours of meditation, it doesn't matter. Never sleep less than 7 hours or even 6 hours. If you have urgency, you sleep 6 hours, but never sleep what other people tell. So many of these godmen, they have this sleeping method where they would tell their followers meditate a lot and then sleep less. But the thing is, when you sleep less, your IQ quality drops. You are easy to manipulate. You will believe the every words that godman says. And if you are a young person who does this, at first you will feel, wow, that's so great, that's so nice. It will to a great length, you will see the benefits of meditation, and you will see that your sleep has improved. But on the long run, you will understand how disaster that was. See, it's very easy to manipulate when you sleep less. That's the thing. That's why Godmen or the skulls have this sleeping method where they will make you just sleep 4 to 5 hours a day and just tell you to meditate. Then you will see the effects of meditation, but up in the long run, you will see the disastrous effect of less sleep. If you are in the cult, you will not follow, feel bad because there are more people around you, and you will all think, okay, that's a new thing that we are doing. So they kind of across among each other, they feel okay, this is a common thing, that's not a bad thing, but it just makes the godman makes much more easy to get you manipulate. So if he says anything, you will believe every damn word. But how it affected me was, I used to live in a mess in a PG, and that affected me in the long term. I used to follow this sleeping that if I sleep less but I meditate, then it will be good. And I also try to avoid non-veg food as much I can. Of course, I couldn't avoid it fully, but I tried to avoid, because the godman, specifically that person, was also vegetarian, and he used to talk about vegetarian food being the best. It's just that we should make different ingredients with the vegetarian option so that we don't feel dull eating the same food. As a person who was born non-vegetarian, who would eat chicken every week, that kind of destroyed the protein intake that I had. So my body started to making more fat. So from a slim guy, I became slim fat, or that's the word, that I have a very slim body, but now I have this tummy that I never had, even if I used to eat tons of food. But I developed it just because I stopped eating less non-veg food and I started to sleep less. I used to think that it won't affect me. Then I started to notice, after a long time, after 2 years, 3 years later, I started to notice that my hairs have started to fall much more fast. My hairs, my skin started to go very bad, and then it hit me, the stress, the depression. My testosterone level just dropped to so much time that it took me years to recover. And now that I'm recovering after I have started to take 1 eggs a day. I've started to sleep better from like the last 1 years, but still I have to make my sleep quality much better. I am not meditating. I have never meditated that much. I mean, during that time I used to do it, but now I don't. But still, I am getting better. I believe that I will start meditating again. But these are the thoughts that I have, that believe in God but don't believe in God. Man, they will say the most bullshit thing that you can think of, saying that you should not eat non-veg, you should become vegetarian, because think about killing some person. How can you kill someone and think of a good life? They will manipulate it like that you have done something wrong by eating a non-veg food, by killing someone. This is the most absolute argument, bullshit argument, that anyone can ever say to you in your face, saying that eating an egg is a very unhealthy thing, because you are not even allowing that eggs to even form the life, you are killing it. How unscientific you can be by, but if you, whenever you talk to someone, you are telling this scientific words that people don't know, but then you're talking that yes, you can sleep less and meditate more. Bullshit. You should always sleep more and still do the same amount of meditation. Never decrease your sleep quota. Never. It can increase your stress level, it can decrease your testosterone level. Not all the time you can live good. If you just become a vegetarian, it can affect you in the long run. That people don't want to understand. Some people, and the same guru or the same godman also said that you should not drink milk because you are taking the milk of another child. How bullshit can you get? I mean, of course, I stopped watching that Godman after I understand how ridiculous he was, and he still is, by saying the most absolute bullshit and having millions of followers all over the world. He has millions of followers because he says such nice words that people follow him. And I used to do the same thing. I have stopped following Godmen. I have stopped following all these bullshit religious practices that keeps a person down. Religion and God are not were not made to make a man or a woman's health bad or control them. Religion and God were made so that a person can go to or achieve his finest, achieve its best, become the best version of themselves. You can literally read this in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan Krishna says, become the best, become work hard without thinking of the result, which is the most simplest way of telling that become the best version without thinking of anything else. And then you have these religious practices that make you a less man, makes you a less human. Your health is better, your everything is better. Or if you stop believing in this religious bullshit, believe in God but don't believe in religious practices that keeps you down. Believe in the things that keeps you up, keep makes you a better person. And if it's science or simple scientific logic that's making you better, then you should follow simple scientific logic.